two guys who worked in the public sector, but then their jobs were under attack. They decided that enough was enough and continued to work those jobs. But now they have a podcast too. You ready for advice you didn't ask for and opinions nobody wants to hear? Maybe stick around and play some games, and if you're lucky, have a couple of laughs. They have two brain cells that are both desperately fighting for third. This is the Fighting for Third podcast with your hosts, Robbie and Zach.
Welcome back to the Fighting for Third podcast. I'm your host, Robbie, with my co-host,
Zach.
and we are glad to have you, brain cells.
We're back. This is episode something or other.
Episode something or other. I don't know.
It's over 10.
It's over 10.
I know
I've lost
that.
track.
Yep, same.
Which is probably a good thing, actually.
What's
It
that?
means we're,
Have we lost track or that's over 10?
both, honestly. Are we viral yet?
No.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not. We're backlogging a little bit, so
Who knows? By the time this one comes out, we might be viral.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We might be viral.
It's possible.
It is a numbers game, and I do plan on our numbers. It's going to be a steady trajectory in the up direction.
Yeah, it can only go up from here.
It can only go up from here. Well,
Well,
it could go down.
Yeah, we
It
don't
could-
want that. We don't want that to happen.
We
Though.
would not like it to go down.
No.
But I brought a few fun discussion topics for us today.
Okay.
At the time of recording, a couple weeks ago, we had two really back-to-back holidays.
Yes.
One was more of a local holiday here in central Indiana. Some would refer to it as Race Day.
The greatest spectacle in
The
racing.
greatest spectacle in racing, which here in Indianapolis, even if you're not a racing fan, the Indy 500 it's a big deal.
It's the only race I actually watch and/or listen to.
Same.
And/or care about.
Yeah, same. I don't care about racing really, other than the Indy 500. But it's a big deal here in Indy. Honestly, the whole month of May is geared around the Indy 500. And then the day after is Memorial Day. So while we are a bit late, I would like to say thank you to the troops, the fine men and women who have sacrificed their lives so that we can live in.
And we can do this podcast.
Yeah, we can do this podcast. You know, we live in the greatest country in the world.
Yeah.
Some would say. But regardless, we do appreciate each and every one of the service members. We wouldn't be able to make this podcast, wouldn't be able to live the lives we do without you. So thank you to them. But a big part of both Memorial Day and Race Day is the cookout.
That's true.
Be outside, hit up the grill. So I wanted to ask you, what are some cookout essentials? What needs to be at the cookout?
Well, obviously your meats, like burgers.
Sure.
I don't really think you need like steaks at a cookout like that. Like
Yeah, I don't think steaks belong.
No, just because I like cooking out steaks, but
Of course.
I just think they don't need to be at a cookout like this. Your hot dogs,
Your hot dogs. What about brats?
they're okay. I'm not a big fan of brats.
Not a big
but
brat guy.
I'll eat them. I'm not against them. I don't think they don't. I'm not gonna say they don't belong at a cookout, but I'm not gonna probably eat them.
It's funny. I eat brats maybe 3 times a year. One of them is always
And then 4th of July.
yeah. And then the third one is just a random time.
He was like, I just want a brat, so you just make one.
Yeah, pretty much.
In Wisconsin, their hot dogs are brats.
Yeah, and honestly, I respect that.
I respect it, but it's disappointing because I didn't know that, and I really wanted a stadium hot dog because that thing tastes better than a stadium hot dog.
That's true.
It had a brat on it. I'm like, that's a little disappointing.
Oh, like at the Brewers game?
Yeah. I'm like, I didn't want a brat. I wanted a hot dog,
But you got a brat.
yeah, it's good though.
Of course.
But
They do a couple things really well in Wisconsin.
beer,
Beer.
because it's not Coors Light.
That's right.
I gotta do our weekly this on Coors Light.
Cheese.
Oh yeah,
And I assume...
Aaron Rodgers.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. I thought you said Ann Rodgers. I was like, I don't know who that is.
No, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rod. Well, he's probably going to Pittsburgh, so...
Okay, and then hot dogs.
And-
Is that what we're gonna say? The third one.
well, I was going to say beer brats,
Well,
which is really...
2 of the things, but put
right,
together.
Right. Speaking of Wisconsin cheese, have you ever had a Wisconsin cheese curd?
I think I have.
They're squeaky when you chew them. So they say the best ones are squeaky. And they would not like that I say this, but I hate that. The squeaky texture.
Yeah. It's like with the sound of two pickles rubbing together.
It's somehow worse than that. Yeah. Like the tiny sound of two pickles rubbing together. SpongeBob reference, very good. But yeah, I hate that. Anyway, cookout.
Mm.
How do you feel about barbecue at a Memorial Day cookout?
I'm okay with it.
What's your favorite barbecue?
Probably ribs.
Ribs.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I mean, honestly, at a cookout, it's probably actually pulled pork.
yeah, I was
But
gonna say
it's kind of
pulled
hard to
pork.
do pulled pork at a cookout though, because you have
No,
to.
it's really not. I've done it.
I mean, I guess you smoke it.
Yeah,
I don't have a smoker, so I usually just make my pulled pork in a crock pot and just tear it apart.
yeah. Which your pulled pork is good. My pulled pork is also good. They're also different styles of pulled pork,
That's true.
but they're both delicious.
I mean, it's really hard to mess up pulled pork.
It is.
I'm not gonna say you can't do it. I know people be like, "Well, there's a way to do
There's
that."
a way to ruin everything.
Right, goofy.
Thank you.
But overall, I think it's kind of hard to. It's relatively difficult to mess up pulled pork.
It is. I've never made.
Although I will say, last time I made some, I did kind of overcook it, so it was a little hard.
No,
A little,
well,
a little crunchy.
sometimes when you smoke it, you want it to be a little crunchy on the end. You want that bark.
Mm.
You want
The
that bark.
Smoke tips or burnt ends. I guess.
Burnt. So I make burnt ends, and they're like meat candy. They're so good. Don't want to brag. I'm not gonna act like I'm the best chef in the world, but I make pretty good burnt ends. Now, so we've covered the meat.
Mhm.
Sides. What sides have to be at the cookout?
Baked beans.
Okay, I agree. I feel like that might be a controversial.
You know, some people don't like baked beans.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like baked beans.
I think baked beans need to be there at a cookout.
They're so good.
They are. They're delicious.
Do you you like a little bacon in your baked beans?
I mean, it's fine. I can take it or leave it.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
I agree. It's not necessary, but I do kind of prefer it that way.
Yeah.
How do you feel about pasta salad?
I don't really like pasta salad.
Really?
Yeah.
I do like pasta salad, but the problem with pasta salad is it needs to be cold. And at a cookout, you're outside, presumably.
Yeah.
So your pasta salad's not cold.
That is true.
That's an issue.
It can be a little bit of an issue.
We had pasta salad. So last night we went to the Indians game for my dad's company picnic. We all got invited. It was very nice. The Indians won. It was a great game.
Who did they play?
They played the Nashville Sounds, which I had never seen them play before.
I didn't even know they were a team.
Well, there you go.
Who's their affiliate?
The Brewers, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Indians won 5-4. But before the game, they had a cookout. So hot dogs, hamburgers, barbecue. And that's what really made me start thinking about this. And there were baked beans there.
Did they have a cookout at the Indian game?
Yeah. So at Victory Field, they used to have two like party decks in the outfield corners. Now they're building a new one, so they only have one. But so we were just in one of the party decks, and they had catering lines with all kinds of food.
Okay.
They had very questionable gray hamburgers, but somehow the gray hamburgers that were as hard as a hockey puck were still cooked to a perfect medium in the middle.
Well, I mean, if you put them on a grill, if you make your grill too hot initially and then put the meat on there, it'll do that.
They may have made it a little too hot then.
It'll crisp the outside of it. Because I've done that to steak, and I don't really like it that way. Because it's harder to tell when it's done.
Yeah.
Because the outside looks done, and then you cut open, it's still red in the middle.
They weren't red. They were pink.
But that's how you get, like, that's how you can, it's harder to tell, though.
Seems like a good way to get food poisoning.
It probably is.
Much like, I don't know, 6 or so episodes back, the lady who didn't cook her chicken.
I literally think that, too, yeah. She cooked it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Or 5 minutes. I think it was like 5
I think it was
minutes.
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy
Literally,
got in the shower.
As you're talking about it, I literally thought that same story popped in my head.
Yeah. I've been...
Because it's gross.
I was thinking about that, actually, at work the other day. Just thinking about that lady in that story.
Yeah.
How she doesn't cook her chicken.
She cooks it, just not fully.
Okay, you're right.
I guess it's probably more of a warming up.
It was a heating, and I wouldn't even call it warming up. It was a slight heating of the chicken.
It's just medium rare. It's fine.
Actually, some sad news just came across my desk. Her boyfriend, terrible case of salmonella.
I am.
He's in the hospital.
But they were eating chicken, not fish.
I'm gonna kill you. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah, I think you gotta have. I think baked beans. I think there should be pasta salad.
Potato salad.
I was gonna say potato salad, but I actually like the baked potato salad that your mom makes.
That's pretty good.
So good.
I also like mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is a solid choice.
I don't know if it needs to be at a cookout though, but it's good.
But another thing that I love, mashed potatoes,
Mm.
don't belong at a cookout.
No.
Honestly, French fries don't belong at a
No.
cookout either.
I don't really think potatoes, other than potato salad.
Other than potato salad.
Yeah. And other than that, I don't think potatoes really.
I
need to
agree.
cookout.
I'm down with like some potato chips are probably okay.
They should be things, kind of going back to what you said, that should not be need to be refrigerated.
Yeah, shelf stable.
Yeah.
And honestly, people have a bad habit of cooking way too much meat,
Yeah.
and then the meat's sitting out.
Yeah.
And that's probably not great either.
No. Do I still eat it? Yes.
Yeah, I sure do. And then do I feel terrible after? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's what cookouts are for.
Yeah.
Feeling bad, having questionable meat.
Yeah.
Probably should have worded that differently. But that's what it's for.
Lots of people have questionable meat sometimes.
Yeah, they sure do.
You should, people out there, brain cells, if you have questionable meat, probably should see a doctor.
You probably should see a doctor.
If your meat is questionable.
I hope your meat's not questionable for your sake.
I mean, both. That could be both your actual meat and actual meat you eat.
That's right.
Regardless, if you have questionable meat, you should probably see a doctor.
You should probably see a doctor.
No matter how you look at it.
I sent you a video.
Yes. I saw it. I watched it a couple times.
Okay. There has been a new Bigfoot sighting.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone's seen it.
It's upper Colorado River. That's what it says.
It says, yeah, it's on the upper Colorado River.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get your thoughts.
Okay.
Well, let me describe the video. So, it looks like it's shot from across the river.
Yeah,
The river's kind of in a valley.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like they might be up on some kind of cliff.
Right,
like some higher elevation.
But between the trees, which are not deciduous trees, by the way.
They're evergreen.
They're evergreens.
Mm-hmm.
Call back to last episode.
Mm-hmm.
You could see a Bigfoot kind of sneaking in, doing his thing.
You see something.
Oh.
I mean...
You're right. You see...
It's not confirmed to be a Bigfoot. So, I guess the
you're
correct way of describing it is you see
there is something there.
That, as the person in the video claims, it's not walking like a bear.
That's right. They
do say that.
They do say that. And they also say something along the lines of, oh, you can see him doing stuff over there. Which, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You said you have some thoughts.
Yep.
I would like to hear some of your thoughts.
Okay. First, I think I've made this clear on this before. I don't necessarily believe in Bigfoot myself, but I support his ability to exist.
Right.
Like, if he wants to exist, go for Bigfoot.
And I think this is indisputable evidence.
Well, my thought on this video, fake.
And why do you say that?
Because, one, the people aren't reacting like they would if they were actually seeing a real Bigfoot.
How do you know how you would react, though? Have you seen a real Bigfoot?
No, but I feel like I wouldn't just be casually going like, oh, it's not walking like a bear.
Maybe they were confused.
Yeah, but they don't sound confused. They sound like they were expecting to see something there. And to me, honestly, it looks like a person in a suit.
It's always a person in a suit.
Look, again, first of all, why are all Bigfoot videos? We have all this technology. They're always grainy videos.
Yeah, they're always filmed on a potato. I was going to bring that up, too.
This one's pretty clear, actually. But it's super far away.
It's very far away. And somehow the alleged Bigfoot is still kind of blurry. Why is that?
Well, there's a theory that he's an interdimensional being, and that's why he looks like that all the time.
Okay.
He just got like his little aura around him.
And so that messes with the...
Which is also the explanation why you never find Bigfoot poop or skeletons of Bigfoot.
Well, I just assume they bury their poop. And also, they...
Bigfoots
are very resourceful creatures.
Mm-hmm.
They have...
Is it Bigfoots or Big Feet?
It is Big Feet. You're right. I didn't mean to
offend the Bigfoot out there.
Offend the big feet.
Well,
how dare you offend the big feet out there?
I was gonna say the one in the middle of the ocean could be a Bigfoot, but they don't live in the ocean.
How do you know?
That's true.
That's my thing.
Maybe that's where they live at.
Maybe that's where they live.
It's true.
But I was gonna say they're resourceful creatures. Once a Bigfoot passes, the Bigfoot will use every part of the Bigfoot.
You see, they eat it.
They eat it, but also they use the bones to create tools, weapons, forks of that nature.
Forks?
Yeah. They use forks.
Do you think they like carry their dead like a New Orleans funeral where they just dance on the street playing trumpets in a big brass band?
I would like to think so, yes.
Just in the woods,
think so.
in the middle of the woods, where nobody can hear them.
Just a Bigfoot party in the woods.
Yep.
I also, where do you think a Bigfoot lives?
I would assume a cave.
Where at, though?
Like,
are they in the Pacific Northwest?
Yes, I would say yes.
Okay.
Basically, a lot of sightings come from there, although there are many sightings across the country.
Correct.
I like how our podcast is taking a little paranormal turn.
We are taking a little paranormal
I kind of
turn.
dig it.
I do
bit,
too.
to be honest. But people are going to come after and say, "Oh, they're crazy. They believe in Bigfoot." Again, not saying I don't actually believe in Bigfoot. To be honest, I believe in other paranormal things, but not Bigfoot.
Listen, we don't want to take a hard stance on this. There may or may not be Bigfoot out there.
Again, I support the right for Bigfoot to exist.
That's right.
I've never understood why people get so upset with the idea that he could exist. Like the comments on that video.
Yeah, we're going to get to those comments.
A lot of people not believe in it.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But I have a couple things to say first.
Okay.
First off, in regards to the video, yes, it's far away.
Yep.
This creature does not walk like a bear.
Nope.
It also doesn't exactly walk like a human.
Nope. Oh, well.
And it is very furry, much like a Bigfoot is proposed to be.
Or like a person in a costume.
You got to stop saying that.
Look.
We don't know that.
One of the most popular videos of Bigfoot ever, the Patterson Gimlin film.
This is a Pruder film, yes.
No. Well, that's a different video.
Oh,
different
my
incident.
bad. Okay, sorry.
Everybody, Bigfoot killed John F. K.
That's right.
And in that video, that Bigfoot in the new video does not look like the Bigfoot in that video.
It doesn't.
It's not walking like it either.
Maybe there's different races of Bigfoot.
Oh,
different species.
Ooh.
This is the western lowland Bigfoot.
Okay.
The other Bigfoot was the northwestern Highland Mountain Bigfoot. You got to do your research, man.
I don't look into Bigfoot enough, I guess.
Yeah, I don't either. I made all that up, but it could be.
You should not tell people. You should add that out. Just make people
You're right.
believe make people believe you are an expert on Bigfoot.
I am. I should. Here's my theory about Bigfoot. So a lot of these sightings are in the western half of the country, particularly in the Pacific Northwest.
Yep. PCW.
That's right. The PNW.
That's what I said.
Yep.
PCW is something different.
The Pacific Coast West.
I was thinking of PCH.
That is different. You're right.
Yeah. Bigfoot's probably seen along that too. But anyway.
I'm sure. My thought is they may live in a cave, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
That is very possible.
And it's probably so one explanation for no bones or no poop. They're probably living deep in a cave.
Exactly.
Like so deep that people don't go that deep.
That's right. And I think they live that deeply, and they're more advanced than we are. They have electricity.
Ooh.
They can telecommunicate with each other. That's why you don't see them too often. This particular Bigfoot, he was out on a scavenging mission to try to probably survey the land, to be honest. But my other theory is they don't actually live here in the United States. This is not their home base. They live likely in Central America, maybe Honduras, Guatemala.
I was going to guess they live in Canada at Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
That's where I think they come from.
But they just come here for vacation.
Oh.
This is a nice vacation destination for
That's
them.
why you don't see a lot of them.
Well, that, and you only spot them because they're on vacation. They're relaxed.
If you were going on vacation, would you go to the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah. In the summertime?
Well, I was going to say, you just go for the crack.
I would go for a Kraken game, and I would see a Bigfoot, most likely.
Why didn't they make the Kraken make their mascot a Bigfoot?
Well, because it's on the sea, so you'll notice a lot of their teams are sea related.
I mean, they could still name it Bowie, but just make it a Sasquatch. Like I'm saying
they should have made Bowie a Sasquatch.
Yes, I'm saying why didn't they make Bowie a Sasquatch?
Yeah, they should have made Bowie
instead
a Sasquatch.
Of a troll or whatever.
He is technically a troll.
I always thought it was a girl.
Yeah, so someone really came after me one time on Twitter because I said Bowie was a he, and they said Bowie's non-binary. Which, if Bowie's non-binary, that's fine. But the Kraken released a statement saying Bowie was a he. So Bowie is definitively a he.
I almost was positive when they had introduced Bowie, they said her.
He.
I don't think they said he.
They did say he. You're not even a Kraken fan.
You're
How
right.
are you so positive?
I just remember saying it.
Well, I got attacked by this person. Even sent data.
You actually tweet on Twitter?
I used to.
I've never tweeted anything on Twitter.
That's because you're old.
I'm a lurker.
You're a lurker.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Well, you're not a creepy lurker,
No.
I hope.
I mean, the porn that just shows up on my algorithm, I don't actively search it.
That's why I don't get on Twitter anymore.
Yep,
really,
same. Yeah. I was told
I stay on my. If I'm on Twitter, I'm on my following page,
Mhm.
not my For You page.
that's probably smart.
Yeah.
But anyway. After we talked about that, I talked about how I got all that porn on my algorithm, and how somebody told me, just go through and just mark not for me. I'm like, that's too. I have to do that for every single video because I've tried that and it still showed up. And I'm not doing that for every single video I come across because that's all I'd be doing on Twitter.
Listen, Elon Musk, if you're listening, can you crack down on that a little bit?
Especially because you've even multiple times Twitter has said that it violates their policy.
Right.
And they don't do anything about it.
They don't do anything about it.
Look, I'm still seeing it.
Yeah.
And it's not even like softcore. It's like it's full on hardcore.
The other problem I have with Twitter is I don't want to log on and see somebody die.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some videos out there that are pretty gnarly. That
Yeah.
You're just watching like, what's going to happen? And it's like, it's no warning. It just happens.
It's just a guy loses his head.
I watched a guy get person run over by a bus, and it was not pleasant.
Yeah, of course not.
And then the video doesn't end there. Then he shows the body after it's been ran over.
Of course, naturally.
Yeah.
Because you got to know what the body looks like.
Yeah. They don't like that.
Of course not.
Especially because it doesn't. There's no warning. It's just a video. There's no the caption doesn't say anything. And then boom, bus.
I watched a guy almost get hit by a bus last week.
I watched a person get hit by a car when I drove a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought of you when I saw this guy almost get hit by a bus. Because, so where I work on my route, there's like a bus stop. It's called the Red Line in the middle of the road. And then buses stop on both sides, but you can still go around. There's like a dedicated bus lane. Well, someone got off the bus, onto the right side, just didn't even look before they crossed the street, hopped off the bus stop, not even at the walkway. Bus had to slam on the brakes to not hit this guy.
That's bold because it doesn't take a bus. The bus doesn't stop very easily.
No, it does not.
You got a little slide distance, and then they usually have air brakes.
Yeah, they do.
If you don't have enough air in them, they will
not brake.
Well, the emergency brake will pop. I was driving during rush. I had a bunch of sorority girls on my bus.
Mm-hmm.
Best time ever.
For a young college man.
Yep. And so it also was an easy job. It's literally like drive them to this building and for like 5 minutes and then wait for like 15. It was great. Basically didn't do a whole lot. But anyway, we're going down a hill and because we're loaded. Like they're crammed in here in this bus. So we're probably overweight essentially.
I'm sure.
And so we're on the hill because there's traffic and my emergency brake kept popping because there wasn't enough air in the brakes. Like I literally would like pop it and try to go down the hill and it wouldn't let me. Like it literally would immediately just pop back up. And this one girl who was leading them, and she's like, "What's the problem?" I go, "I don't have any air in my brakes, so I can't. My brakes don't work." Basically, and she goes, "What do you have to do?" I said, "I guess you have to get off and walk." So they did.
All right.
And then I had to call the bus barn and be like, "Hey, my brakes aren't working." And they're like, "Well, just sit there and let it happen." I go, "But I'm on a hill, and like when it's on a hill, it can't refill,
right?
Because gravity's preventing him." But anyway, so
I like that you called it the bus barn. It's like the boot barn, but for buses.
Yeah, that's what we call it, the bus barn.
So, back to this
alleged Bigfoot video.
Alleged is a strong word.
It's not. I mean, again, any videos like this, they always say alleged. Just like anytime a criminal's caught on camera committing the crime, they're always like, allegedly. No, we saw him do it. He's literally on the video doing it. We can see him doing it.
And we see this Bigfoot on this video, so I guess it's alleged. We did have a couple Twitter... We can't say idiots of the internet.
No.
Because that's probably...
trademarked.
Yeah, well, Dan Cummins thought of it first.
Yeah. Again, Dan Cummins, if you want to come on our show.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to do an Idiots of the Internet segment with you.
Of course. But we did have some Twitter trolls, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Untenny, I guess. What do they call them now with X in their names?
Some losers. I don't know.
Experienced losers.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Sasquatchewan.
Oh, don't worry. That's been in my head for a while, like a long time.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Well, we have one guy that said, "Never mind, it was just him," and it is a very hairy Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, I saw that
in a Speedo.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
And
actually.
The response, plausible. So, yeah, could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
That's what I'm saying.
We have another comment. That's not Bigfoot. It's Smokey the Bear. But here's my issue with the Smokey the Bear thought.
There's no hat.
No hat. Exactly right.
Or pants, although we can't really see his
We
bottom half.
can't see the bottom half that well.
That's true.
But there is decidedly no hat.
Yeah.
What do you think a Bigfoot eats?
Berries?
Bear eats?
Yes.
Smokey the bear
Yeah.
eats? Think he ate Yogi.
Possibly. And
Hey
boo-boo.
boo boo.
Hey, boo-boo.
Hey boo boo.
What about picnic basket?
You have your picnic basket?
Okay, for the next 10 minutes, we're just going to do our Yogi Bear impressions.
Let me hear your best impression. You got a good impression?
No. Not one that I'm willing to do on air.
Nah, come on.
No.
For the brain cells.
I will not.
You want to hear my Kermit the Frog?
You sure?
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
That's pretty good, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I like when you won 3 Super Bowls.
Thanks. I'm Patrick Mahomes. I asked you another question. We're going to get away from Saskatchewan.
Sasquatchuan? Yeah.
Saskatchewan for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like you to tell me a couple of just scenarios that you might be in that you would not wish on your worst enemy.
Okay, I know a person who was in a car.
Okay.
He was driving, and he was in between a drive-by.
Oh, boy.
And I'm like, I have never experienced that, don't want to experience it, but I don't think I would enjoy that at all.
No.
You're the car in the middle, so.
You're just like stuck in the middle, in the crossfire.
Yeah, basically.
That's not a good spot to be
And
in.
you're in the car, and there's not really a whole lot of place you can go.
I know a guy who got shot in a drive-by.
Was he the target?
Nope.
Crossfire.
Well, so I asked him. He said they have no idea who did it. They don't know why they did it. It was like completely random. But he got shot in the arm. And he has a hole in his arm, and he calls it his arm butthole. And it does kind of look like that.
So wait. So he was hit, but not like crossfire. He was hit so he was kind of a target.
I don't know if he was exactly the target or not.
But if it was just a random attack, he could have still been a target.
Yeah. He could have, I guess.
If it was random.
But, yeah, he got shot.
Yeah, I don't think that sounds pleasant.
No, not at all. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Mine's a little less serious.
Okay.
Let me set the scene for you. It's, let's say 3:30 a.m. You were up at 2 to get to the airport. 3:30, you board your flight, okay? You're going, let's just say, it's a long flight. Let's just say New York to LA.
Okay.
It's 3:30. You're delayed, so you're already a little frustrated. Plane doesn't hit the runway until about 4:16. You get up in the air. You're at cruising altitude. Flight attendant, ding! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special performance today.
Oh, boy.
We have the Youth Group of America.
No.
They're going to sing us a couple songs. And for the next 32 minutes, a children's youth group serenades you with songs.
Do you think they do church clap?
Oh, they're going to do the church clap.
Have you heard that song?
No.
Oh, well.
Is that a KB or something?
It's I don't have it in front of me, but Lecrae's in it.
Yeah. I do know the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know it because we did lip sync battle, staff versus student.
Oh, very nice.
A staff member did that song. So
Yeah, I do actually know
that's the first time I ever heard that song.
I do like Lecrae. Lecrae's pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
I actually have a...
He was featured in it. I don't remember who the main artist is. It's like Glory and something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But that, I do know the song. I have a Lecrae tattoo, actually.
That's cool.
So...
Wait, did that actually happen to you with the airplane?
No, it didn't happen to me, but I was thinking of like just the worst scenarios I could ever be in.
No,
and it doesn't have to be a...
Mine are super serious.
Mine aren't that serious.
Because my next one is also super serious as well.
Oh, mine's not.
I only have 2 of them, though.
That's okay. Real quick, it does not have to be a church youth group. It could be one little girl singing a Frozen song, and I would relentlessly boo her.
And also, the worst kind, when people do that, and they think they're good, and their family thinks they're good.
Yeah, and they're not.
No.
They never are.
No.
To be fair.
Yep.
Which I don't think the airplane intercom is doing anyone any favors.
That's true.
But still. It's not the place.
No.
It's not the place.
I think they do that because then you're forced to listen.
One
time, when I was in New York, this guy walked on the bus, and he starts doing like this freestyle rapping type thing, like banging nickels and things on there, and nobody tipped him, and he got mad because I'm like, we didn't ask for this.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't ask you.
I didn't want this.
Yeah, we're not tipping you for something we didn't want.
Exactly. Yeah, that would... All right. I'm going to get mad thinking about it, so let's hear yours.
Okay, my other one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this apparently, did not know this. It was actually shocking to me. Was this past May 22nd, actually, was the 14th anniversary of the Joplin tornado.
Oh.
It was an EF5 that basically wiped Joplin off the map. Yeah, but that
just being in a tornado.
Yeah, just in general. Yeah.
So it's funny that you bring that up.
It's the one thing I'm afraid of because there's literally nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you're just there.
Yeah, you literally can't.
You're just there.
Yeah, you can take shelter, but you can't stop the tornado.
No,
it's happening.
Yeah, you are. It is out of your hands.
Like a lot of other things you can control, not that. Not Mother Nature.
Nope.
So.
And she is going to do what she wants.
Yep.
I was thinking actually on the way here, on 74, there's a very large Five Below warehouse.
Oh yeah, yep.
And I was thinking, God forbid it caught fire or a tornado hit it, just completely wiped the warehouse out. Mm-hmm. The good news for Five Below is they would only lose about $150 worth of product.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But here's my problem with the Dollar Tree.
It's not $1 anymore.
Ain't a damn thing $1 in there anymore.
I bought some sunglasses that I was going to throw into the audience after my performance at Lip Sync Battle. They were pretty nice looking sunglasses for like $1.50.
Is it $1.50 now?
Yeah, $1.50.
It was $1.25 last time I was in there. Things are going up again, huh?
Inflation.
Jesus. Well, Five Below now. Everything really did used to be 5 or below. And now they have like, I think they call it 5 Beyond. Or Beyond 5 or something. And things are like $35-$40 in there. What are we doing, Five Below?
You have one job and you're failing at it.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, why was it always called the Dollar General? It never was like a dollar store, like ever.
Dollar General wasn't a dollar store.
I don't know why it's called Dollar General.
I will say, they are everywhere.
I was like, what are they doing? Like, I imagine when we finally get to Mars, you're going to climb the hill.
Yep.
You're going to look down.
Mount Mars.
Yeah, you're going to climb the mountain. Olympus Mons.
That is what it's called.
Yep. You're going to look down. Dollar General store.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
And next to it, an empty building filled with the spirit of Halloween.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No. We went to a spirit Halloween. It was actually an old Bye Bye Baby. But we went. My son really wants to like Halloween. He does like Halloween.
But it's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah.
So we're checking out all the animatronics, right? Mm. And like he has seen them all. He knows what they do. Mm. We've taken our lap. Mm-hmm. Well, I missed one. And so at the store, so that the animatronics work, they have little stickers with the feet on them. Mm-hmm. Where you're supposed to stand for the motion sensor to capture you.
Yep.
Oh, he did one that he hadn't seen. We missed it somehow. Scared the hell out of him. And I'm not proud to say.
He laughed.
I laughed.
Yep.
It was so funny.
My algorithm on Facebook, the reels that I get, I watch like scare videos, like people getting scared because I think it's hilarious.
Great.
Yeah. So that's literally like all my videos. That and there's this couple in there where she reads like dirty pickup lines to him and he gets embarrassed by it, and they're really good too. So that's pretty much my entire reel.
Nothing wrong with that.
On Facebook is scare videos.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
And dirty pickup lines.
Dirty pickup lines. What's your favorite dirty pickup line?
I'm trying to think of what a good one was.
All right, you think about it while I tell you my next situation I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Okay.
Let's say you go to an amusement park. My wife, so I had another one. I'm throwing it out. My wife's was much better. It's a situation I've actually been in. You're in an amusement park. Let's just say it's a brand new roller coaster. Real excited for it. 2-hour line, 2.5-hour line. You get halfway through, tummy starts to bubble.
Yeah.
You gotta have the diarrhea right now.
Yeah.
That's a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, I one time I was a little backed up, we'll say.
Yeah,
and I can't remember the name of this stuff, but it's like this clear liquid that's supposed to help clear you out. Mm-hmm. I drink the whole bottle, read it, and I'm supposed to drink a quarter of the bottle. So I drink the whole bottle. It worked very well.
Sure,
very well.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, we can go out to dinner. And
can't go out to dinner at that point.
I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of like the episode of Family Guy where you run to the bathroom. Oh.
That's like Miralax. Yeah. Was that what it essentially?
It was something similar, but it wasn't that.
They give you that now. They tell you to drink a lot of it, but before you have a colonoscopy now, they say drink some Miralax, a lot of it, but drink it, and it clears you out all right.
Yeah. So
what a scary time to be alive.
You've got stuff that'll just turn your liquids to your insides to liquids, and it comes out of you.
Oh god! Can you imagine though?
No.
Being in that line, it's a bad spot to be in.
Yeah.
Because like.
You're going to have to get out of line.
Yeah, and you're not getting your spot back.
No.
You're and it is a sea of people to get through.
What is your limit? Like you go to an amusement park and there's a wait time. What's your limit?
That's a really good question. It depends on the ride. So if it's a new ride that I really want to ride, I would probably wait an hour and a half to 2 hours.
What if it was like 4 hours?
No.
Somebody said something like when something like things I knew Epic World and Universal, there was like wait lines for like 6 hours long.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, I'm not waiting 6 hours for
No,
anything.
I'm sorry. I'll come back another time.
Now, my time will depend on like how often can I come to this amusement park.
That is a big.
Like,
and if I've been before and I've ridden other rides,
yeah, that's true.
That's also a deciding factor. But 6 hours, I don't care. I'm not waiting 6 hours.
What if I can't even think of a situation where they would have to give me something and I would be like,
they would have to bring me a meal.
Yeah, that's true. Or have just like little way stations along the way. Here's a little drinking water cup.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They do kind of on races sometime where they have like a little checkpoint for water cups.
Because at Universal, like it's Florida, Orlando, it's hot.
Yep. But a lot of times the lines are under shade. Like
that's true. It's still hot.
Yeah, that's true. But they have like little canopies.
Like, have you been to the Star Wars and Avatar land at Disney?
No.
So
I haven't been to Disney since they've acquired those.
I see. So Disney it's very cool. Everything's built up. You're in the world, right?
Yep.
But everything's built up, so there's no wind in those spots.
Yeah.
So it's just hot.
Yeah.
No breeze.
It's like trapping that heat down in there.
Yeah.
And just baking it.
It is rough.
Yeah.
And so even if you're in the shaded lines, it doesn't matter. It is toasty.
Mm.
But I'm glad we're talking about amusement parks because that was going to lead me into my next question.
Oh.
Summertime. Go ahead.
I feel like you did that on purpose. You
No.
set up the transition.
I didn't. This was kind of natural.
Mm.
I didn't intentionally do it. Maybe I'm subconsciously learning something. Learn how to do this.
Yeah, we're finally getting the hang of this.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
So summer is upon us.
Okay.
You're a teacher. You're on summer break.
I am.
What are the best summer activities to do?
Concerts.
Yeah.
Yep. Getting a little swimming.
A little swim.
Couple weeks. In a couple weeks, we're gonna go float down the river.
Yeah, I've never done that. That sounds so fun to me.
The White River. You basically they put you on a bus, transport you, give you a tube, and then you basically have to be back by the time they close.
How many fish with like 6 eyes do you see?
I don't know, but I've got a weird arm growing on my back from last year.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah.
You should probably see a doctor. You have the weird meat,
I
the
do
questionable
have the- I
meat,
have the
and it's an
questionable meat.
arm coming out of your back.
That's true. But I can give myself a high five now. So
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
Twice.
I can actually do the stranger for real.
Yikes. Yikes.
And
What
so,
do you just like pack your own sandwiches?
Yeah.
Pack
you can buy like a wrap. You can buy like the inner tube that you ride in.
right.
Then you can buy another one that can hold coolers.
That's pretty smart.
And you bring some coolers and stuff.
That sounds like a really nice time.
It actually is. It's only like $30 too.
That's
And like literally, like you have to you book your time to start, and then you literally just have to be back by the time they close.
How long of a float would you say it is?
I think it's like 4 hours,
That's not bad.
4 or 5 hours. I can't remember how long it took us.
That's a good time.
But like, there's some people who literally will just like stop and just kind of walk in, pick up rocks and stuff because you literally can stop in the middle of the river.
Yeah, that's really
There's
cool.
nobody. Like literally everything on the other side of the river, like private properties. They don't have like people stationed watching you.
Right.
You pretty much can do whatever.
Yeah,
As long
that's
as you don't
awesome.
Climb on people's yards and stuff.
Right.
Like we ran into some people who were just kind of got stuck in some trees, some brambles, and they were just chilling.
Just having a good time.
Yeah, they were just chilling, drinking.
Some people say they're still there.
Yeah, they might be. We'll find out in a couple weeks when we go back.
You'll have to report back.
It might become a yearly thing for us because it was so much fun.
Yeah, I think
I recommend it.
I'm going to probably invite myself to come with you. Because it sounds like a nice time.
I don't think we have a booked yet because we haven't picked the time. So
That sounds really fun.
So.
Yeah, that's nice. Obviously, beach.
Yeah.
Beach trip.
This is true.
Are you I know the answer, but for the brain cells, are you do you swim in the ocean?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like sitting out on the beach at all.
I do like sitting on the beach.
I like doing it just to dry off after being in the ocean.
That's nice. I'd like sitting there for a little bit and just kind of watching, seeing what I can spot,
Nah, I just like doing that in the water.
I get bored on the
Yeah.
beach after too long, so
Yeah.
I gotta go play in the water.
Like I don't take anything down to the beach because I don't get all sandy
Yeah,
or wet. So
I agree.
and while I'm decent at keeping myself occupied just thinking about things, I'm like I can do that inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not toasting getting all toasty.
I'm gonna bring that little wave ball that skips across the waves really well.
Those are nice.
Those are so fun.
Yeah.
What's your favorite beach water activity? Is it that throwing a ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Mm.
I also like seeing how far I can go out before I'm like, this is probably too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I always want to go to that drop off, but never make it.
I get too scared.
It always looks closer than it is.
It always looks closer than it is.
But then apparently there's a sandbank, I guess. That's like.
Yeah.
It's about halfway between the drop off and shore.
Yeah. But between that area,
yeah,
a lot of sharks.
Yeah.
I try not to think about those while I'm out there.
Yeah.
Because, well, that's the reason I turned back.
Yeah.
Found a shark tooth last year. That was pretty cool.
Which means the sharks swim fairly close to shore.
Not necessarily.
I mean, coming in.
Yeah, but they don't weigh anything. Like, the tide could have brought it a long way.
Yeah, but it's still got to be fairly close for the tide to bring it in.
That's probably true, I guess.
Because there's a point where the waves aren't a thing in the ocean.
Yeah, but the current is always a thing.
That's true.
So the current could have brought it.
The current doesn't usually go out or in. It usually goes like left and right.
The current does carry a turtle named Crush all the way to Australia.
That's the EC.
The EAC. EAC.
Yeah, Eastern Australian Current.
That's right.
EAC.
That's right, bro. You sure you don't have a...
And his... Oh, no, I have some. I'm just not going to do them on air.
Is it because they're highly offensive?
No. Just
You're
because they're
embarrassed.
probably not as good as I think they are.
How do we know?
Well, I guess you'll just never find out.
I want to know.
One I'm very proud of is my Sean Connery.
Let's hear it.
No, I will not.
My favorite...
I don't know if you can do it now on...
Do you know what my Sean Connery? It's the SNL Sean Connery. My dear mother's handwriting, Trebek. That's my Sean Connery. It's not very good.
What'd the cow say? Moo.
Moo.
No. Or a dog.
I'll take
dog.
8 tits now. That's a petite... Never mind.
What is the penis schmightier?
That's the pen is mightier.
It's what sound does a dog make? Moo. No, it's rough. Ah, rough just
the way your mother likes it, Trebek. That's right. That's right.
You put a V, which is a Roman numeral for 5, so we'll take that. And you wagered you defecating on my grave.
Those are Celebrity Jeopardies. Are one of the best thing SNL ever did.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. Yeah, it's a big hat.
It's funny.
Turd Ferguson.
It's a big hat. It's funny. No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Oh, jeez.
Oh, I liked when Tom Hanks was always like, huh. Oh, still don't get it.
They had Tom Hanks on Black Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Those are so funny, too.
Yeah, Black Jeopardy's pretty funny, too.
Black Jeopardy is really funny.
SNL used to be up there. Apparently, I haven't watched the new season because I don't stay up late anymore. But apparently, the new season's actually been pretty good.
I don't watch it either. I do like watching... My version of watching SNL now is watching the clips on YouTube.
Yeah, that's me too.
Of the best skits.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
One of my more recent ones was a music video with Ariana Grande. She talked about her best friend's house, and I was waiting for the twist. And when it happened, it's so funny.
The problem is...
Because I knew it was coming.
Well, the problem is they do the same skit again,
Yeah.
and the twist is the same.
Yeah. But it was still funny.
Yeah, of course. I do like the...
The other problem is they'll do sequels to their skits.
Yes.
And they're not as funny the second time.
I agree.
It's like, it was good the first time. Now
It's
we know
because you didn't know what was coming. Yeah.
Which is why that best friend's house, I'm like, I know it's like a nice, pleasant song. I'm like, there's going to be a twist. I know it's coming. And it goes on for probably like 2.5 minutes before it happens. And then when it happens, it's so funny.
The Shane Gillis, all of the Shane Gillis skits, hilarious.
He got fired from SNL for being offensive.
Yeah, which...
And then they brought him back like 5 times the host.
Yeah. I think that is his role, though. He might have got SNL canceled if they didn't fire him.
That's probably true.
It's fine if he's a guest.
Yeah, that's probably true. They probably were like, you're really funny, and we really like your stuff, but we can't do this.
We
can't do this.
We can't do this.
Sorry. Do you think when Lorne Michaels is done with it, it'll just end?
I don't know.
See, I think I have a theory of who will take over.
Who do you think is...
I think Tina Fey will take over.
That wouldn't be so bad. She's funny.
I think she would. I don't know. I mean, I guess it would depend on kind of what she's doing. But I feel like that if somebody was going to take over, it would be her.
I could see that.
I think she'd do a good job
I think
with
she
it.
would too.
I mean, I've been watching 30 Rock, and that show's hilarious.
Yeah, you told me to watch 30
It's
Rock, and
so
I haven't
funny.
got around to it. I do need to watch 30 Rock.
Like, I didn't think it'd be as funny as it is, and it's really funny.
I've been watching New Girl again. I love New Girl. It's so funny.
I've seen my wife watched all of it, so I was like watching episodes here and there. So I've seen it. I like it.
It's funny. It's
Yeah.
really good. It's a very quotable show.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Oh, another summer activity. You could do it in the winter too. But there's something about a comedy show.
Yeah.
That just feels summery.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think. The first comedy show I went to was a long time ago. I went to Christopher Titus, my favorite comedian. He was my first one. I've seen him like 4 times now live, like different shows every time. And then we went to a teacher one that was really funny, mainly because it wasn't geared. I mean, it was geared towards teachers, but like anybody could enjoy it.
Right.
It was really funny too.
A lot of
like
teacher humor.
I always thought about. I mean, it's more like it's just more relatable to teachers.
Oh, yeah.
It's not necessarily teacher humor. It's just more relatable to them.
Right.
Because we're like, yeah, that's literally something we encounter all the time. But I always just thought about just going down to the Helium. Just
pop in one night.
Yeah, just buy tickets.
Yeah,
like,
whoever's there.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Now, you gotta be careful because sometimes they do have like Spanish-only shows, and I don't speak Spanish, so I have no idea what's happening. But
Hablo un poquito de español, but not enough to...
Like, even if I knew some words, I probably would not be able to follow what's happening.
Yeah.
And I would only be laughing just because
everyone else is laughing.
Yeah.
Like, ah! I have one more thing for you before we get out of here. I have a quick little Am I the Asshole?
Oh, usually I bring these stories.
I know. I thought this would be a fun change of pace. And I think I know where you're going to land. So I might play devil's advocate if we land in the same spot. The title of this story: Am I the asshole for not lending our extra lake cabin to friends every summer?
I won't say no. You own it, so.
All right, well, here we go. We have 2 small cabins on a lake in New Hampshire.
Oh, 2 of them?
2 of them. For the past several summers, we've let our friends come up and stay for a full week, Saturday to Saturday like a rental, but we don't charge them.
Well,
Each year, they bring their adult son. Last year, he brought his girlfriend.
Okay.
They keep to themselves most of the time, and they don't include us in their excursions or dinners out.
Okay, so I can understand it. Like sometimes you need a date night,
Right.
but every night, I'm still gonna lean to. I don't think the people who own the cabin are assholes because it's their property; they can do with it as they wish.
I agree.
So,
I agree. Now, you could say, well, I'll keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Last summer, we had them over for dinner the first night, and they walked in empty-handed, no wine or anything.
Okay. They're the people. These people are kind of assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're giving you their property, you should at least like reimburse them somehow, like food.
This summer, we told them we needed to rent the cabin to generate some income to cover costs.
Okay.
A bit of a white lie, as we don't really plan on renting it. Interested to hear from others who've had repeat summer guests become a burden. We consider these folks friends, but needed to break the cycle and annual expectations. Am I the asshole?
I still don't think they are, though. I mean, I don't like that they lied about, but I mean, we also don't really have enough information. Like, why are they like against giving them the cabin now? Because it didn't say like they were being messy, other than the person not including them on dates.
Right. It almost sounds like they're
just mad because the
just
person...
they feel like they're mooching off of them. Maybe.
I guess I could see that. I guess, but
But they offered it for free, which yes, the guests should have.
I feel like if you
brought wine or something,
yeah, bring like at least contribute food or something.
Right.
That's the least you could do.
So I think it is kind of a tough spot,
but it's also still their property. They can do with it as they wish.
Absolutely. So
like if I was borrowing somebody's thing, they're like, "Hey, we don't want to rent you anymore." I'd be like, "Okay, hey, it's your property. You can do whatever you want."
Right.
But it's also just me as a person, how I am as a person. So.
I think maybe instead of a white lie that they told, maybe you just have a conversation with these people.
Like, hey, we'll be happy to lend it to you, but we actually need to start generating income from this.
Right. And well, it doesn't even sound like they care about generating income.
That's true.
It sounds like it sounds like they don't like these people anymore. In which case, just say, hey, we can't rent the cabin anymore, or give you the cabin anymore.
I mean, again, I'm still kind of we don't really have enough information about, like,
I agree.
Why all of a sudden they're just like, we don't want to give you the cabin anymore.
I agree.
I mean, it didn't say like they were leaving trash everywhere.
Yeah, and it sounded like they were fine guests.
It didn't sound like they were tearing anything up. It just sounded like they were a little upset that this person would bring a girlfriend and they would go out on date night every night. Which
Right.
is a little weird that you would want to be included on that, but
Well, I don't even think it was necessarily that. I think it was just that, like,
he's not interacting with them.
yeah. They invited them to stay in their extra cabin, and then they just
You know,
came and ignored them.
I mean, I can see that, but at the same time, I mean, you're probably at a cabin for peace and quiet.
Yeah,
I mean,
would
cabins
think.
are usually secluded.
yeah, absolutely.
They say it was on a lake,
Yeah, in New Hampshire,
so it's secluded probably.
probably.
So you're probably there for peace and quiet. So I don't know why you'd be upset that you're getting your peace and quiet that you want.
That you so dearly.
But I guess at the same time, since you're inviting people over,
And it says they're friends.
Yeah.
So
are they still friends now?
yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds like these people don't like them anymore because of the way
I just feel like
they treated them in the cabin that they were given.
I just feel like we just need more
I do
information.
too.
I'm still gonna say it's their property, so I'm not gonna say they're the
I
asshole.
think ultimately that's where I land as well.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want
Yeah.
with their own house.
Did they go about the right way? Maybe not,
Probably not.
but still
I
their
think
property.
honestly a conversation would probably solve a lot of these
Yes.
problems.
It's still their property.
It is.
Kind of like the guy who told his girlfriend, "Hey, you're going to kill somebody if you don't start cooking your chicken." You're
Yeah.
an asshole for saying it. Could he have done it a different way? Probably.
Absolutely.
But I still don't think he's the asshole for it.
No, I agree. He was really he was being a good guy.
Yes.
He was saving people.
He was saving people's lives.
He really was.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well, you are officially not the asshole. It's your
Yeah.
house. Do what you want, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe just have a conversation.
yeah. And if they can't handle a nice conversation and be understanding, then maybe they're the asshole.
Yeah, if they can't handle a conversation, to them, they deserve that.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's it, just bruh.
That's it.
Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Okay, well, that's lovely. You just didn't use a sound effect yet, so you just wanted to include one, didn't you?
That's right. Yeah, I haven't used one yet.
We paid for that, so we might as well use it.
That's right.
Yeah, all of no dollars.
Yep, that's right. It was free. It was free.
Hmm.
All right, that's all I have today.
All right.
Find us everywhere. Fight for 3RD Pod. That's the number 3. The letters R and D. Fighting for Third Pod at gmail.com. Everything's going to be in the description below. So check us out there. Anything else you got before we head out of here?
Not right now.
All right. Brain cells, thanks for being here. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.
You.